Let's talk Ayurveda. Ayu means life, and Veda means wisdom or knowledge or the science. So it translates to the science of life, the wisdom of life. It helps you to understand who you are, where you're going, and what are you doing here? What is your purpose? It helps you identify all those things. So it's a 5,000-year-old healing system from India. It's a medical system. Many scholars have also called it the mother of all medicine. It is also a sister science of yoga because they both come from the same philosophy called the Samkhya philosophy. And we can dive into that even more a little bit later. But for right now, I know you're trying to understand who am I? What am I doing here? So there is a way you can find out your mind body type. And there's a quiz below that you can click on and you can find out your dosha. The dosha means your mind body type. So once you have that, then you'll be able to understand, okay, this is what the element I stand in. So the fastest way and the most basic way I can explain to you what Ayurveda is, it's based on the five elements of what you see: earth, water, fire, air, and space. When these five areas are brought together in certain combinations, it's called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So Vata dosha has to do with air and space. The air element is, of course, what you breathe. There's a little bit more to that we call prana that you might have heard through yoga. Prana is your life force, the vital energy force that you have that keeps your body going. So it's just not the air that you're breathing. It's just not oxygen. There's so much more to that. Space is the open space that you and I have between us right now, the space that this information is being carried through, outer space, the space in the open cavities of your mouth, the space that can move your elbows and your body. Next, Pitta dosha, you've got the fire element. The fire element is your ability to see, to process things, that motivation, that drive that you have, the digestive power you have. When we talk about digestion in Ayurveda, it's just not the food that you're eating, it's also what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling being digested. So a lot of trauma that's undigested has to do with this fire element that has not processed the information that you're carrying in your body. The next is water element. The water element has to do with your blood system, the plasma, the urination, the sweating. All of it is called the water element. And then you've got the earthy qualities. The earth element has to do with your ability to stand, your structure, or it brings in the quality of being very nurturing and loyal and caring for someone. And also, it brings in sluggishness. It all becomes dense and it becomes this flavor of who you are. So, when we look at all these five elements and they're broken down into these doshas called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So, Pitta dosha, it has to do with the fire elements. In a balanced place, somebody who has Pitta dosha, they are very structured, very fiery. They like logic. They like process oriented things. They like to set goals and achieve them. They're go getters. In an imbalanced place, they become very irritable. They become frustrated. They can't stand things because they want it their way. And these people make really good administrators in companies. They can take a process that's working very well and take it to the next level, make it much better. Vata is air and space. So, in a balanced place, air and space are people who are all over the place. They are like your salespeople. They can go all over the place, talk really fast, sell things to you, say things only they know how to make sense out of. They're very spontaneous. And in a balanced place, they're very intuitive. They're fun. They're the life of the party. They can crack jokes and they keep things very light. You've got the Vata people in an imbalanced place. They're very anxious. They're all over the place. There's a lot of fear. There's anxiety. There's an unsettled feeling. And they just don't know what to do next. Now, the third dosha is Kapha dosha. Kapha is in the earthy qualities. In a balanced place, these people make your best friends. They have larger bones. They give the best hugs. They're your best friends. That you can trust them. They're loyal, and they're great nurturers and caretakers. In an imbalanced place, they become very sluggish. They become, I don't care. They become sloppy because there's so much heaviness that sometimes they can't carry themselves. So I'm just not talking about weight that we're putting on. When we talk about these mind and body types, we're talking about the emotional, the physical, mental, and spiritual way of being all over. If you go to an Ayurvedic practitioner, the way it works is first thing they try to determine is your prakriti. Your prakriti means your nature. What is your nature? Who are you? Which elements are most predominant in your body? And then they look at the symptoms and things that life has thrown at you. So maybe you're off balance at your work or something and it's causing certain symptoms in your body. You're not feeling so good. So those are the imbalances we call vikriti. The goal of Ayurveda is to take your imbalances and bring you back into balance, your own unique formula. No two people are the same. Everybody is made differently, and Ayurveda recognizes that. So it has a framework also at different parts of life. Now, your own body constitution, your mind and body type, is called Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. And you can also be a combination of some of these. You have frameworks for all these three doshas. And now we look at which time of life you're in. As a child, it's the kapha time of life. When you get to your midlife, after adolescence, it is the pitta time of life. And the later part of your life, after your 50s and 60s, you come into the vata time of life. And all these three times of life have different frameworks. For perimenopausal women, you're transitioning from that pitta time of life into vata time of life. And this is where there's a lot of unanswered questions about what's really happening to me. You go to the doctor and they talk about estrogen declining. Yes, that's true, because you're moving from the pitta time of life into the vata time of life. You are no longer going to create babies as far as your body is concerned because it's done. Now you are moving into the time of life where it's your wisdom years are coming. So, in that, there's a process, there's a framework. And that's why it's so important for you to understand where you are on this journey. And when you start transitioning, it's okay. Just like when you transition from the kapha time of life, when you were a little child, and then you came into your adolescent years, there were a lot of hormone shifting, your body was changing, there were things happening to your body, new things were appearing that you didn't know, and you're changing completely. But that time of life, a lot of adults are around to help you to understand those things. When you move from the midlife to your Vata time of life, your older years, it becomes a time when nobody really has too many answers because it was hush hush before nobody really talked about it. And this is not your mother's menopause anymore. This is all about you. We are all talking about it, and there's so much more information out there now. So let's use all of it so that you can be healthy and you can find your place. So, this is just an introduction to Ayurveda. There's so much more to it. There are different pillars in Ayurveda, which has to do with your movement, your diet, your lifestyle, your mindset. So it's all emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual. Your whole journey matters here. So wherever you are in this journey, please subscribe and let's stay together on this journey and build out this community so we can have conversations like this. And I want to talk about Ayurveda in all its different perspectives so that you can fill in the gaps that's missing for you.